I'm about to go on a canoe trip. It's a 6-day wilderness canoe trip in northern Ontario, and it involves some white water. So I'm leaving tomorrow, and I've got all my gear together. So I thought I would show you what I bring on a trip. It also going to help me make my lists down the road. So here we go. Um, I organize myself into kits to try and keep things simple. So I have sort of 5 kits that I put together, and that way I kind of can keep track of everything, and it's neat when I pack it in the car. The first kit is the river kit. This is what I bring with me actually on the river. So I've got my water bottles. I always bring 2 liters of water bottles. I make a baler out of a window wiper fluid thing. I got my shoes and my hat. I got my helmet, and also my life jacket. And right on my life jacket, I always keep my whistle as well as my satellite phone and my river knife. I also have a canoe pin kit inside the pockets, which includes carabiners and prusics and a larger line, as well as some pulleys there. So for those of you that do canoe rescue, you can check out lots of canoe videos on that. And then I also keep my lip balm and my suntan lotion in my life jacket, but I also bring this river bag with a bunch of stuff in it for the day, as well as my throw bag, which is of course required. The next kit that I bring is my sleep kit. So this is the kit that I keep all my clothes and all of my sleeping gear in. And I have that sort of tucked in my bag, and when I get to the campsite, it's the first thing I throw into the tent, and it includes my sleeping pad and sleeping bag, obviously, as well as an inflatable pillow, which I love. I usually inflate it just like 3/4 of the length. That's what is comfortable for me. You can see there I have a sort of a warm weather sleeping bag for July, but obviously you want to change that as you need to. Always a couple of pairs of wool socks. I also bring a toque that I can wear, and on the colder trips, that's one that can fit underneath my helmet, which I like, but I can also sleep in it. It's low profile. I always bring a secret extra bit of toilet paper in my bag as well. Got my headlamp in there. I bring a bag of tums to eat before I go to bed. I bring a plastic bag, not for garbage, but actually for wet clothes. Then I bring a thin long sleeve shirt. I also bring a warm long sleeve shirt. This one has a little hood on it, which I also like if it's cool at night. I also bring longjohns on my trips, as well as pants for around the camp, just to keep the bugs down and everything, a bit of warmth. And then I throw in a few t-shirts. These are quick dry shirts. And I also have a towel. And then I've got swim shorts, and then I've got a few pairs of underwear that I put in, and then finally here's a few pairs. I always come back with one clean one, and then an extra pair of shorts. So that's my sleep kit. And then everybody's interested in the food. I won't go into details, but this is my kitchen kit. So here we're bringing a big barrel for our food. Usually a small barrel will do it for a week-long trip, but my partner, I had to keep space for my partner, and he takes up a lot of room. So we've got our burner and stove in a bag, along with the camp suds that you can see there. We've got 2 bottles of propane fuel that usually is more than enough for us anyway. And then in a little shopping bag, I put all of my lunch stuff. That includes like cookies, tuna in a pouch. I love that. Almond butter, crunchy almond butter. Then tortillas, our bread of choice, of course. And then all kinds of snacks. So there's dates there. There's little protein balls. There's peanut butter chews and those are spicy cashews. So lots of snack, chocolate, of course. And then I also just grab usually a handful of snack bars because I eat a lot, so I don't like to be hungry. And then there you go. So that's enough, every day to have a good fill. And in a pinch, I can have those are cold lunches, so we don't have to fire up the burner for lunches. So that's cool. And then you saw my day bag earlier. I usually pull my lunch out and put it in my day bag each day to make it easier to get in and out, because getting in and out of the barrel can be a pain, especially in whitewater where often your barrel is tied into the boat. So it's a real pain to get it. Got my breakfast oranges there. I also have a bag, a supper bag, and on this trip we decided to go real dehydrated, so I've got a couple of real camp dehydrated meals there, as well as some craft dinner. There's some rice that I got, and those are salmon packs, 4 salmon packs to mix with the rice, which I absolutely love. Not pictured here is the first night is tortellini with my partner, and second night with my partner is sausages wrapped in tortilla. So that's a lot of food, but you can get hungry on a long trip like that. There's my bowl and spoon and fork and cup and pot are all in the stuff. And then that bag that I've got in my hand, that's my breakfast bag. So I put, we're out for 6 days, so I got 12 oatmeal packs, as well as about 8 instant coffee packs. And then I put together homemade toppings for it. I call it trail mix, but it's basically toppings for the oatmeal each morning. And then I also scored this great oat milk powder that I'm trying out for the first time on the trip. So we'll put that in our coffee as well as on our oatmeal potentially. So anyway, that's my kitchen kit, and as I said, it's a big barrel for all of that because I'm sharing it with my partner. And our philosophy on trips with this group that I'm going with is that every canoe is self-sufficient for their kitchen and for everything. So there's a lot of redundancy in that, but also there's independence and efficiencies in terms of time, and then it's nice to have all that. And you didn't see the water filter there, and that's because he's bringing that along, but obviously I want to bring the water filter. So that is the kitchen kit. And then there's putting it all together. So that's like putting everything in your pack. So obviously I got a big pack there. Your hiking backpack, even the big ones are probably not quite as big as these canoe packs that are more or less waterproof. And so that's what I use for my camping. I have a case with electronics in it. I put earplugs because of the snores at night. Got my battery and my various cables in there, so for different devices, including my phone. And then I've got a COVID mask, of course. And that's also where I tuck my lighter and my Ziploc, an extra Ziploc bag. Also my car keys and my phone will go in there. And I put pen and paper in there as well. So usually just tuck anything in there that really needs to stay dry, but also because I'm opening it at night to recharge things, the idea is there are things in there that you only get at night. If you had medications, this would be a good place to tuck your medications, for example. Then I have a camp bag, and that's the first thing I kind of throw on the ground when I get to the camp, and it's got my sunglasses with a glasses case in them, so I can switch my sunglasses and my regular glasses. Got a little bit of rum there. Some fire starters for the cheaters among us. Duct tape, always useful. I keep my cards in there. I also bring a pair of swimming goggles. I don't use them often, but when I do, I'm really glad I bring them. Like if you really want to explore around, I find that fun. I got my toothpaste and toothbrush in this bag, as well as a couple of garbage bags that we use for actual garbage, but also if somebody springs a leak in something, it's always good to have an extra garbage bag on hand, so I put that in there. I also often tuck a newspaper in there. I get it on the day. It's good reading. It's also good kindling. While I'm sitting in the chair or doing something, I've got my newspaper handy, so like a Globe and Mail or something, or if we leave on a Sunday, getting the Sunday New York Times, that's good kindling, let me tell you. That is a bug shelter that I bring with us as well. And then here's a bag with a camp chair, and also I have just gotten a chair covered. Sometimes at night I find it's a bit chilly there, so we'll see how that goes. I also have this great little inflatable lantern that you can blow up and then just use, and that comes in handy quite a bit around the camp. I don't have one, but one of the guys I'm paddling with is bringing a little table, a little folding table for cards. Pretty shishy for that, because usually the top of the barrel does a fine job for card tables or kitchen table. I've got a first aid kit. It's extensive. I won't get into what's all in there. Maybe I'll do that in a future video. I've got a good saw, obviously for firewood. That's a tent that I'm bringing. And then I've got a little bag in there with camp shoes. Often I bring flip-flops or something, but this time I opted for an old pair of sneakers that I'm probably just going to throw them out after that's kind of the state that they're in. And then, of course, the sleep kit that I just went through goes in there. And also a raincoat usually goes right on top when I seal it up. So that is the pack. And then the last kit that you'll want is your car kit, where you'll want some kind of a bag left in your car with a complete change of clothes, including underwear, socks, and shoes. So a complete change of clothes, anticipating, afternoon to evening weather. So maybe a long sleeve and a short sleeve, and I even put a dry hat in there. And then I often will even put an Nalgene with another liter of water. It just feels really good when you're done. Whatever state you're in, you can always change into a nice change of clothes for the ride home. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope we'll see you out this summer. Take care.